Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sumayya and I am from BS Biotechnology. Today the topic of my presentation is positron emission tomography. Here are some contents that we will discuss in this presentation. Introduction: what is PET? History of a positron. What is a positron? How does PET works? Its benefits, uses, things to consider, limitations and summary. What is a PET? Positron emission tomography is a type of nuclear medicine produces that measures metabolic activity of the cell of body tissues. PET is usually a combination of the nuclear medicines and biochemical analysis. It is used in the patients with brain or heart conditions and cancer. PET helps to visualize the biochemical changes taking place in the body, such as metabolic reactions. Now PET differs from other nuclear medicines. Why? Because because PET detects the metabolism within the body tissues, whereas the other type of nuclear medicines examines detect the amount of radioactive substances collected in the body tissues in a certain locations. PET is a type of nuclear medicine procedure. It means that a tiny amount of radioactive substance called radiopharmaceutic is used during the procedure to assist the examination of the tissue under study. Specifically, PET study evaluate the metabolism of the particular organ or tissue so that the information about the physiology, functionality, and anatomy structure of the organ or tissue is evaluated as well as its biochemical properties. Thus, PET may detect the biochemical changes in an organ or tissues that can identify the onset of disease process before anatomical changes related to the disease can be seen with the other imaging processes such as computed tomography or magnetic resonance imaging. It is mostly used by oncologists. Oncologists are doctors specializing in cancer treatment, neurologists, and neurosurgeons. These are the doctors specializing in treatment and surgery of brain and nervous system, and cardiologists, doctors specialized in the treatment of heart. However, as advances in PET technology continues, this procedure is beginning to be used most widely in more areas. It is a non-invasive diagnostic imaging technique for measuring the metabolic activity of the cells. It was first time developed in mid 1970s and it was the first scanning method to give the functional information about the brain. A little history about the PET. Existence of first PET, not positron. It is a history about positron. First time the existence of a positron was postulated in 1928 by Paul Dirac. It was first time observed in 1932 by Carl Lee Anderson, who gave the positron its name. Carl Lee Anderson ने positron को उसका नेम दिया. He also suggested to rename the electron to negatron, but he was unsuccessful. What is a positron? A positron is an antimatter electron. It is identical in mass to electron, but it has opposite charge. Electron has minus charge and it has positive charge. Positron can come from different number of resources, but PET में they are produced by nuclear decay. And now what is a nuclear decay? It is a bombardment of unstable nuclei with proton. Nuclear decay is basically when unstable nuclei are produced in a cyclotron by bombardment of the target material with proton. When a target material is bombarded with a proton, then as a result of some gamma rays, photons and unstable nuclei are also produced, and as a result a neutron is released. In PET, the target material is chosen so that the product of bombardment decays to a more stable state isotope by emitting a positron. For instance, 18F has too many protons, so one of these protons decays into a neutron, emitting in a process positron as a neutrino. Proton with plus positive charge changes to neutron, 0 charge, and a positron plus 1 charge, and a neutrino 0 charge. After decay, we are left with 18O. What happens after a positron is obtained? Leftover energy. When a positron is obtained, then obviously energy is left, and this energy is known as kinetic energy. This leftover energy from the nuclear decay process is shared between the positron and the departing neutrino. Because of the conservation of energy and momentum, the positron is forced to stay and thus become useful. Positron begins its activity in colliding with other particles and gradually losing its kinetic energy and thus slowing down. Positron basically converts all the energy into matter. So conservation of momentum and energy process is used here. Positron, annihilation of a positron and electron. Positron will encounter an electron and completely annihilate with other, resulting in converting all the masses into energy. It converts all of its mass into energy. This is the result of two photons or gamma rays. Because of conservation of energy and momentum, each photon has energy of 511 kilo electron volt and head is an almost 180 degrees from each other. एंगल उनका 180 डिग्रीज होगा. जब एक पोजिट्रॉन एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को एनकाउंटर करेगा तो एज अ रिजल्ट अ फ्लोराइड 18 न्यूक्लियस, इट इज़ एन अनस्टेबल न्यूक्लियाई दैट इज़ रिलीज्ड and gamma rays are also released with photons. 511 kilo electron volt is the ideal rest state annihilation value. How do we detect photon or a gamma rays? PET detects these photons with PET cameras, which allows to determine where they came from, where the nucleus was when it decayed, and also knowing where the nucleus goes in the body. PET में जो फिट होते हैं कैमराज वो डिटेक्ट करते हैं कि गैमा रेज कहाँ से आई हैं, कहाँ हमारा न्यूक्लियस डिके हो रहा है और कहाँ ये बॉडी के अंदर मूव ऑन कर रहा है. What are some of the uses of PET? Here are some uses. Patients with conditions affecting the brain, then heart diseases, certain type of cancers, Alzheimer disease, some neurological disorders. Patients with brain disorders. PET scans of the brain are used to evaluate patients who have memory disorders of an undetermined cause, suspected or proven brain tumors, or seizures disorders that are not responsive to medical therapy and are therefore candidates for surgery. PET हमारे पास ब्रेन ट्यूमर्स को, मेमोरी डिसऑर्डर्स को, ट्यूमर्स, सीजर्स ट्यूमर्स एंड कैंडिडेट्स विच आर मतलब वो प्रॉब्लम जिसमें सर्जरी की जाती है वो सारी PET डिटरमाइन कर लेती है. ब्रेन ट्यूमर्स, ब्रेन की ओवरऑल सारी डिजीज़ ओवरऑल इससे देखी जा सकती हैं. Here is a normal brain on right side, and on the left side there is an image of a brain of 9-year-old female with a history of seizure poorly controlled by medication. PET imaging identifies the area indicated by the arrow of the brain responsible for the seizure. Through surgical removal of the area of the brain, the patient is rendered seizure-free. Heart conditions. PET scans of the heart are used to determine blood flow to the heart muscles and help evaluate signs of coronary artery diseases. PET scans of the heart can also be used to determine if an areas of the heart that show decreased function are alive rather than scared as a result of a prior heart attack, called a myocardial infarction. Combined with a myocardial perfusion study, PET scans allow the differentiation of non-functioning heart muscles from heart that would benefit from a procedure such as coronary bypass, for instance. Heart diseases can also be determined by PET in case of heart attack or bypass. Now here is on the right side there is a image of heart that had a myocardial infarction or heart attack. This arrow points to the area where has been damaged by attack, indicating dead myocardial tissues. Therefore, the patient will not benefit from the heart surgery but may other forms of treatment prescribed. And on the left side there is a normal heart. Cancer patients. It is also used to determine if there are new or advancing cancers by analysis of the biochemical changes. नए or more tumors in the new tumors in the body can also be determined by PET. It is also used to examine the effects of the cancer therapy by characterizing the biochemical changes in the cancer. PET scans can also be performed on the whole body. Now here on the right side there is an image malignant breast mass that was not revealed by the conventional imaging techniques such as CT and MRI and mammogram. This image is fully scanned and this tumor is detected by PET. And on right side there is an image of some patient with a large left axillary lymph node indicated by arrow, which through biopsy were found to be metastases spread from another location. The whole body scan reveals a mass in the left breast indicated by arrow that was malignant and subsequently removed. Alzheimer's disease. With Alzheimer's disease, there is no gross structural abnormality, but PET is able to show the biochemical change. Neurological disorders. Positron emission tomography (PET) imaging has recently been shown to aid in the diagnosis of the particular neurological syndromes associated with cancer. Before their cancer is even diagnosed, patients have been developed problem with the brain, spinal cord or nerves. Though the cancer has not spread to the nervous system called perineoplastic neurological disorders. These neurological problems occur as the body's immune system begins to fight the cancer cells but accidentally attack the brain or nerve as well. These problems are uncommon, difficult to diagnose, and usually appear in patients' problems These problems are uncommon, difficult to diagnose, and usually appear in the patients whose primary cancer is extremely difficult to find. Abnormal antibodies in the blood or spinal fluid are often associated with these disorders, though they cannot help identify the primary tumor. When a person's primary tumor is not identified, then its body cell starts to attack the brain and a new tumor begins, and a PET is used to determine that neurological disorder. Some other disorders are also determined, and other diseases such as Parkinson's disease. It is a progressive disease of the nervous system in which a fine tremor, muscle weakness and peculiar type of gait are seen. Then there is Huntington's disease. It is a hereditary disease of the nervous system which causes increases dementia. Then there is epilepsy, a brain disorder involving recurring seizures. Then cerebrovascular accidents or strokes. These are also used to locate the specific surgical site prior to surgical procedures of the brain. Now, how does it works? Before the examination begins, a radioactive substance is produced in the machine called the cyclotron and attached or tagged to a natural body compound, most commonly glucose, but sometimes water or ammonia. Once this substance is administered to the patient, the radioactivity localizes in the appropriate areas of the body and detected by the PET scanner. एग्जामिनेशन शुरू होने से पहले रेडियो एक्टिव सब्सटेंस एक प्रोड्यूस होता है मशीन से और वो ह्यूमन की नेचुरल बॉडी के साथ जाके अटैच होता है और किसी भी मॉलिक्यूल के साथ, स्पेशली वाटर, अमोनिया या फिर या फिर हमारे पास ग्लूकोज के पास अटैच होता है। और जब ये सब्सटेंस अटैच हो जाता है तो पीईटी स्कैनर अपना काम स्टार्ट करता है और बॉडी को स्कैन करता है। Different colors or degrees of brightness on a PET image or represent different levels of a tissue's or organ function. For example, because healthy tissue uses glucose for energy, it accumulates some of the tagged glucose, which will show up on the PET image. However, cancerous cells tissues which uses more glucose than normal tissues will accumulate more of the substance and appear brighter than the normal tissues on PET image. Ordinary X-rays examines past X-ray through the body to create an image. Nuclear medicine uses radioactive material called radiopharmaceutic or radioactive tracers. Doctor typically injects the material into the bloodstream, or you may swallow it or inhale it as a gas. The material accumulates in the area under examination where it gives off gamma rays. Special cameras detect this energy and with the help of computer create pictures that detail how your organs and tissues look and function. PET scans only use radio tracer injections. Unlike other imaging techniques, nuclear medicine focuses on the process within the body. These include the rates of metabolism or the levels of various other chemical activities, areas of the greater intensity called hot spots. These may show large concentration of radioactive tracers and where there is a high level of chemical or metabolic activity. Less intense areas or cold spots indicate a smaller concentration of radio tracer and less activity. Labeling. Chemical compound we would like to follow through the body are labeled with the radioactive atoms that decay by emitting positrons. Labeling is a process by attaching some kind of identifying tag to compound you want to follow, which will later let you identify where the compound has gone. Where the compound has gone. In PET, it is a process by attaching some kind of identifying tag to compound you want to follow, which will later let you identify where the compound has gone. In PET, the compounds that can be labeled are limited only by the imagination of the investigators and physical half-life of positron emitting label. One of the big advantages of PET is that the atom which can be labeled turned into positron emitters are the same atoms which naturally comprise the organic molecules. Organic molecules which are utilized in the body. These atoms include oxygen, carbon and nitrogen to name a few. Since these atoms occur naturally in the organic compounds, replacing the naturally occurring atoms in a compound with the labeled atom leaves you a compound that is chemically and biologically identical to the original, so it will behave in the manner identical to its unlabeled sibling, and that is traceable. In addition to the naturally occurring compounds such as the neurotransmitters, sugars, it is also possible to label the synthesized compounds such as drugs and follow them as well. Tracers. A second important attribute of PET is that it can follow the labeled compounds in trace quantities. This means that the labeled compounds can be introduced into the body without affecting the normal process of the body. For example, labeling a compound of sugar and investigating the sugar would be a good example. At these quantities, blood chemistry would be altered. For example, insulin produced in the response to rising blood sugar level. Often you want to follow the time course of a compound in the body by introducing trace quantities of a compound that will behave the same as the unlabeled compound without altering the ongoing psychological state of chemical process of the body. PET is sensitive enough to detect trace amounts of labeled compound and so is well suited to the kind of the investigations. How is PET performed? A nurse or technologist will take you in a special injection room where the radioactive substance is administered or an intravenous injection. Although in some cases it will be given through an existing intravenous line or inhaled as a gas. It will then take approximately 30 to 90 minutes for the substance to travel through your body and accumulate in the tissues under study. During the time, you will be asked to rest quietly and avoid significant movement or walking, which may alter the localization of the administered substance. After that time, scanning begins. This may take 30 to 45 minutes. Some patients, specifically those with heart disease, may undergo a stress test in which PET scans are obtained while they are at the rest and again after undergoing the administration of a pharmaceutical to alter the blood flow to the heart. Usually, there are no restrictions on daily routine after the test, although you should drink plenty of fluids to flush the radioactive substance from your body. What are the benefits versus risk? Because PET allows study of body functions, it can help the physician detect alterations in biochemical processes that suggest disease before changes in anatomy are apparent with other imaging tests such as CT or MRI. Because the radioactivity is very short-lived, your radiation exposure is low. The substance amount is so small that it does not affect the normal process of the body. PET imaging has been shown to improve detection of variety of cancers, and earlier tests have suggested this technique may be useful in identifying small tumors in patients with paraneoplastic neurological disorders. The radioactive substances may exposure the radiations of fetus in patients who are pregnant or the infants of the women who are breastfeeding. The risk of the fetus or infant would be considered in the relation to the potential information gained from the result of PET examination. If you are pregnant, you should inform the PET imaging staff before the examination is performed. There are various other benefits and disease and risk of the PET, such as diabetic patients may undergo a PET CT scan, but with certain precautions, because the radioactive material is combined with glucose and then injected into a patient. This can be a concern for some diabetic patient. Before having a PET scan, a diabetic patient's blood sugar level will be evaluated and a glucose serum blood test might be administered. This can significantly increase the time required to complete the testing. Then there are some things which should be considered. You will remain still for a long time during PET. Claustrophobic persons may feel some anxiety, even though some feel the desire to feel something due to radioactivity. You will be disappointed unless they mistakenly inject you plutonium gas. Limitations. Now there are some limitations of PET. PET can give false result if a patient's chemical balance are not normal. Specifically, test result of diabetic patients or patients who have eaten within a few hours prior to examination can be adversely affected because of blood sugar or blood insulin level. Also, Because the radioactive substance decays quickly and is effective for a short period of time, it must be produced in laboratory near the PET scanner. It is important to be on the time for the appointment and to receive the radioactive substance at the scheduled time. PET must be done by a radiologist who has specialized in the nuclear medicine and has sustained experience with PET. Most large medical centers have PET services available to their patients. Medicare and insurance companies cover many of the applications of PET, and coverage continues to increase. Finally, the value of PET scan is enhanced when it is part of a longer diagnostic workup. This often entails comparison of the PET scan with other imaging studies such as CT and MRI. Motion artifacts results in inaccurate anatomical co-registration of the CT and PET studies. The distance 2 to 3 mm. The positron travels before annihilation, and the detector element size both contribute to relatively poor spatial resolution. Physiologist muscle uptake usually appears symmetrically and diffuse on the PET imaging. Relevant information. PET imaging is not widely available and clear indicator of clinically meaningful outcome, and using PET are essential to warrant use with the patient population. Accurately defining the role of this technique for the patient is critical. Comment study author Stephen Alder, MD of the Department of the Neurology, Royal Hallamshire Hospital, East Sheffield, United Kingdom. Within each patient, all the relevant investigation has been performed prior to PET imaging, resulting in no diagnostic conclusion. Each patient then underwent PET imaging from the neck to pelvis. All the patients when prospectively followed up with the result of all the further investigation collected. Final diagnosis was determined, and the sensitivity and the specificity of the patients and the initial PET was calculated. This particular PET scanning in our patient population successfully yielded a high proportion of the relevant lesions, and then there was undetectable by alternative diagnostic measures. Results of this study indicate the PET is an appropriate promising tool for patients with the undiagnosed paraneoplastic neurological disorders. Summary of PET. PET produces images of the body by detecting the radiation emitted from the radioactive substances. These substances are injected in the body, and they are usually tagged with the radioactive atoms C11, fluorine 18, oxygen 15, or nitrogen 13. That are short decay time. These radioactive atoms are formed by bombarding normal chemicals with the neutrons to create short-lived radioactive isotopes. PET detects the gamma rays given off at the site where a positron emitted from a radioactive substance collides with an electron in the result of the tissue. These results are evaluated by a trained expert. So that's all about my topic. Thank you.